Alright, we couldn't put it down, and we are back in Marvel's Midnight Suns. Not during a sponsored segment, although I am using GeForce Now to run it, but we're just gonna be playing it normally, not plugging. So, need to talk to her and hang out, apparently. Friendship XP gains. Was not joking about the dating sim? Apparently.
I know this entire situation's gotta suck for you. Not just the whole resurrected, chosen one thing. I get why facing Lilith won't be easy. I was 15 when I found out my mother was capital E evil.
I don't know anything about Nico. Does anyone in chat have any fun facts about her?
Was your father there for you when you found out?
Dad was evil too. Long story, lots of drama. There was a cool dinosaur. I'll fill you in later. Look, I'm glad my mother is gone, but yeah, at times I just want to hear her voice again. Some days I'd give anything to make that happen. Makes me hate her even more.
I did not realize you carried such pain.
I just learned to bury it. You think I can afford a therapist on a superhero salary? I'm kidding. We don't get paid for this. Enough about our crappy parents. You missed out on decades of good movies. It's my solemn duty to fill this knowledge gap with the best examples I can provide. So, the first thing you need to know, the glowing briefcase is a metaphor. Can we do it again?
Okay. Common Abby outfit unlocked. Let's see. I thought she was made up for this game. I don't know anything about her. When Lilith showed up, Tony cracked a Ghostbusters joke and it just skated past. Nico is from Runaways, a live-action TV show came out a few years ago and I really liked it. From a group called the Runaways whose kids were kids whose parents were all supervillains. Her mom's the bad guy from D4. Okay.
So, what did you think of the movie?
I understood more than I should.
How? You've been dead for 3 centuries.
I'm not so sure I was dead. Not exactly. I recall a deep slumber, not the void. I dreamt.
Of what?
Of everything. Much of this world is familiar to me. I know it from my dreams.
Sounds like she wasn't dreaming.
That's not creepy at all. So, do you know everything?
No, think of it like this. I know what a car is, but I have no idea how to drive.
You're up to date, but not omniscient. Then I'm guessing you don't know much about me.
Just what you shared earlier.
You're always free to ask. Like, what's the Staff of One? Or who were the Runaways?
Okay. What's the Staff of One?
I had some questions about your staff.
Oh!
Sure. But first, the basics. The Staff of One interprets words or phrases as spells, but it can only cast a spell once. No repeats.
So when she yelled wake up earlier, that was a one-time thing. How does it work exactly?
Can you tell me how the Staff of One functions?
It's, blood magic, so my own blood is required to summon it. You wouldn't believe how many adhesive bandages I go through each year.
What about the words you speak?
They come true. Kind of. And not always the way I expect. It's like making a wish, but you can never make the same wish again.
Imagine you just want to burn. You're like, burn, singe, heat up, pyro fuego. like, how many ways can I say fireball? I'm off to bed. Good night, Mom. Good night, Matsu. Can I ask about the Runaways?
I had some questions about your old team.
The Runaways? Sure thing.
Who were they?
Who was on the team?
At first, Chase with his mad science gear, Molly, our pint-sized powerhouse, Carolina, the solar-powered sweetheart. Gert had a telepathic link to Old Lace, a genetically engineered Deinonychus from the 87th century. I handled the blood magic, though I didn't understand it much. And Alex, well, we don't talk about Alex.
Were you all heroes who banded together?
No, we were normal kids. We saw each other once a year when our parents got together to reminisce. And then we found out two very disturbing things. First, our parents were supervillains who sacrificed children to evil gods. Second, each of us had some sort of powerful birthright. Our parents wanted us to follow in their footsteps.
Good evening, Muck.
What did you do?
How has your evening been?
We ran, but eventually we realized only the six of us could stop our parents and their dark gods, so we faced them and stopped them from destroying reality as we know it. You know, typical kid stuff.
It's been great, Scythian. Thank you for the resub. Welcome back. It's been good.
Where are your friends now?
Molly attends Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters.
X-Men.
Carolina left Earth to marry alien nobility. Gert, she didn't make it. After Gert passed, Chase and I had a falling out. The last I heard, he and Old Lace are living at his family home in L.A.
The dinosaur lives in Los
As
Angeles.
for Alex, he chose his side, and it wasn't ours. He died with our parents.
Rip. Okay.
I should get going.
Good timing. Looks like Caretaker wants to speak with you, and wow, I should get to bed. Time flies when you're hanging out.
Simply Dink. Thank you for the Prime. Appreciate that.
I'm glad to see
Chad, did you know about Twitch Prime? Simply does. Thank you so much.
Looks like you're finding your way around. Maybe making some new friends.
I was planning on getting some rest, but
Things are moving at a frantic pace. For all we know, I'll be landing a jet on the roof with Mr. Stark this afternoon. Not quite like it was in the good old days.
to stand still is to move back.
You got that one from Agatha. She used to say it all the time. I always preferred, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Used to.
I am sorry. I should have had this talk with you much sooner. But you should know... Agatha... she's no longer with us.
What? That is impossible. She was so...
Fierce. Indomitable. Or maybe just kind to a fault.
Agatha's power. How could she be... gone?
She put her trust in the wrong person.
It was you!
Agatha died in an accident caused by her protege, Wanda Maximoff.
Oh, shoot.
Scarlet Witch. The Midnight Sun's latest recruit, a powerful spellcaster in her own right. Perhaps the most powerful Agatha and I had ever seen. Wanda's abilities were growing. Too quickly for my liking. Agatha was determined to help her control them. I tried to caution her, but she would not listen. There was an incident. An accident, I'm sure, but...
Agatha was killed.
Yes, incinerated in an instant. Not even ash to remember her by. The others were heartbroken. As was I.
I didn't watch WandaVision.
But
Was
I
that
also
scene in
saw
it?
the danger, the threat, if Wanda's powers were left unchecked. So I did what needed to be done. I sent Wanda away, to the Sanctum Sanctorum, to study under Doctor Strange.
Something like it.
I know the others still harbor a great deal of resentment towards me for it.
I do not envy you. That must have been a difficult decision.
It's my job to make tough calls. I'm not popular for it, I know. But strong leadership requires risking being unliked.
Agatha's more of a villain in
Wanda.
WandaVision. Like a
Agatha.
parallel universe.
It seems we have lost them both now. I conjured a small shrine to Agatha's memory on the grounds, hoping to find some solace, a way to move forward. You should pay your respects. Maybe you'll find what I couldn't. Good night, Hunter.
The hunter can follow the path of light or dark through choices they make in the Abbey and abilities they use in combat. Powerful rewards can be unlocked as a hunter moves down either path. What if I walk the line of neutrality? Follow Charlie to Agatha's shrine. Oh, she's holding a cat. Oh, Tony said he saw a spooky cat teleporting around earlier. Maybe it was Agatha's cat? That's normal. Oh my god, she's a Jedi.
Agatha?
You always did have the most remarkable eyes, Hunter. Just like your mother's. Maybe that's why you're the first.
The first?
To commune with the spirits, of course.
Is this a trick of some kind? Because I am not amused.
No, it's no trick, dear. You're just the first to see me. By now you've heard I had a bit of trouble with my corporeal body. I actually find it quite liberating.
You are dead.
Always straight to the heart of things. That's my Hunter.
You seem strangely at ease about this whole thing.
After 1,000 years of living, you learn to take things in stride. Even death.
And what have you been doing all this time?
Meet me by the cave just over there. You know the one.
The Blood Gate? Caretaker always told me to stay away from that place.
I think we can safely lift the veil on a few more of our secrets. What's the worst that can happen?
Follow Agatha. Now, is this really Agatha or some other thing posing as Agatha? Touch the blood seal. Now let's just let Satan out. That's fine. Hey devil, it's me, your boy. Oh wait, I chose a woman. It's me, your Goyle. Still don't know what that collar is. It's acted up twice.
This ominous-looking portal is known as a blood gate, and you're the only one among us who can pass through it.
Blood Gate? Caretaker's handiwork?
Yes, Sarah got a little overprotective after the accident with Wanda. It's become something of a habit for her.
I have noticed that.
What lies beyond is meant for you, as much as it ever was for her. Assuming you're up to the challenge, that is.
You know I am.
I do. But it's always polite to
Is this on
ask.
GFN? Yeah, I'm using GFN to play the game right now.
Whoa.
So all my computer's resources are focused on this camera. Oh. Enter the portal. Yeah, sure, just because the creepy ghost said so. Open the way to locations barred. Recommended player level 1. Current player level is 3. Okay. Yep. I'm still using GFN to play this. I don't have it on my machine. The mouse pointer.
Not what you were expecting, is it? There was a time when the blood stood within
Green
these
dogs.
celestial halls to prove their worth.
Green dogs.
This particular arena belongs to a goddess who often favored Sarah, Ashtor.
Sarah? Caretaker was here?
Nothing ever comes easy, dear. The Elder Gods felt their descendants needed to earn their blessings, which is why they created these trials to begin with.
Trials? I should have known.
This entire realm exists for that purpose. Trial by combat, with no chance of outside interference.
And this is my challenge.
Yes, but I may have found a loophole they never considered. Why don't you try summoning your four-legged friend?
Charlie? Sean's like, oh, let's go! Oh, it's got a battle mode.
The old gods
Oh
are
my God.
responsible for a great many creations, including your faithful companion. I think even they tend to forget that. Good luck, dear.
Defeat all enemies to complete the encounter.
As the goddess of balance and order, Ashtor was
Apply
sometimes
2 mark
called
to each enemy in
the
the
giver
area.
of
Mark
justice.
refunds a card play when
You can
KO'd.
expect a fair fight, or at least her idea of one.
Bite. On KO, draw a card. All damage-dealing hero abilities have a chance to become critical when they're drawn. Critical abilities deal increased damage. The chance for an ability to be critical is determined by a hero's crit chance stat. The bonus damage dealt by critical ability is determined by a hero's crit damage stat.
Now that was something. They cannot possibly match your strength. I saw a move like that once, centuries ago.
Redraw that. God, are they all gonna go? I think my Hellhound's gonna die. Oh my god.
Compared to our girl, these hellhounds are nothing but mindless beasts. Don't hesitate to strike.
Can I
They certainly
move
won't.
here and use a knockback on this into that? Ooh! Nice.
You were too weak for this fight.
Okay. If this gets a kill, I get another move.
Your mother abandons you.
Yo, who stabs someone and yells, "Your mother abandons you"?
Behold
Kill the dog.
life's gift.
You like that?
Leads you to the rest of us.
You missed one in the giveaway shot. You also missed the story I told about him.
Imagine why Sarah was so fond of Ashtor. If I
Slam
didn't
these
know
two together?
better, I would say she was herself.
I am impressed.
Good girl, Charlie. Oh, and you too, Hunter. You finished this trial, but don't worry. The other gods are waiting.
Victory. Throw the rocks. Just cost 0 points, not cards. I didn't even see the rocks. 35-cent comic book, The Hunter. I love stories about me. Spicy doggo. Yeah. Chipper's mumbling complaints. Don't talk about dogs in my house. Oh, hello. Enter Oster's Cavern. Moon Seal. Elder Artifact. Place item. Okay.
This looks like everyone's here.
What does that do? Oster's gift allows magical locks and gates to be opened. Open will allow you to access new areas of the Abbey and its grounds which are locked by magical means.
Sarah was right to be wary of this place. But it's your birthright, and I think after everything you've been through, you can handle it now. The two of you, as well as your mother, are the last of your kind, the Blood. Your lineage follows an unbroken line to the old gods themselves. And if you call upon them, you might just find they're actually listening. They won't work miracles for you, but their blessings can be quite useful in the right circumstance. Why don't you ask the goddess Ashtor for her aid in dealing with that barrier over there?
Open the gate by using a word of power. Faded journal page. Agatha was just as surprised as I was when it happened. Those shrines out on the grounds, the blood magic. You're not supposed to just walk right in there, but once again, well, here we are. She told me not to worry, but how can I not worry? Trying to gain the blessing of Ashtar without facing her trial? I didn't even know what I was looking for, really, just some way I could help. Whatever. At least now I can get into Magic's room when she locks me out. Words of power are magical incantations the hunter can use on abbey grounds. To use a word of power, hold spacebar.
Ashtar smiles upon me.
10 arcane knowledge. No arcane keys available.
After all this time, it's still just as beautiful as the first time I laid eyes on it. It's hard to believe Lilith and Caretaker brought this place all the way from Transia. Of course, it was no coincidence that they wound up so close to Salem.
All lineage has an unbroken line to an ancestor?
This area is particularly attuned
not if there was
to the
like an
forces of
adoption,
magic.
I guess.
That's why the Elder God's influence was so prevalent here. And why our sanctuary here has remained all but impregnable over the centuries. And now I'm rambling on like an old sorcerer supreme. Why don't you come see me in the library tomorrow night? Oh, and let's keep this just between the two of us for now.
Ah, I knew
I'm
it. I
afraid
hate
Sarah
that. I want her to be like, oh, let's go tell my sister I'm alive.
isn't ready to
It's just
see
ask her
that.
to ask a question. Only I would know the answer
Good
to it.
night,
I'll answer it.
Hunter.
It's secret keeping. It's always secret keeping. New gamma coil to analyze. Room upgrades. Oh my gosh, chat, we're already in Janthir. Alright, well, we're gonna skip all that.
Is this thing on? Hunter, please come to the forge at your earliest convenience. Again, that's Hunter to the forge. Thank you.
Searches continue in the
Strange
Wakandan
out.
Wakandan caves for the missing spelunker. Concern for her safety rises as rescuers emerge with wounds from an unknown animal. Strange, those are clearly suction cups from an enormous undersea creature. Nico, like a giant squid? I didn't know suction cups had teeth. Rasputin, they do in Limbo. Nico, are giant squids known to eat people? Steven, not in our reality. Steven, nor most others. The giant squids I have met keep people as pets. Nico, Doc, you gotta tell us about your weird-ass vacations.
Hunter, just in time. His royal weirdness and I were deciding what to do with that nasty little Hydra gift box you found.
Ah, yes. The spooky crate.
The very one. Though it is far from any mere container, I assure you. I am detecting powerful emanations from inside. If this is a sign of what Hydra is after, I fear we are all in grave danger.
My offer still stands. I could fly the thing up and nuke it in orbit. Only way to be sure.
Or we could open it, Tony, and perhaps use the mystical energies I sense inside to our advantage.
Yeah, I heard a we in there. Green goopy gamma serums are one thing. I'm not opening boxes full of mummy curses.
You don't have to. Hunter, if you'll allow me.
Your second funeral, boss.
I say nuke it.
If Hydra is now working to acquire mystical antiquities, then our situation is very dire indeed. We need to find a way to gain the upper hand.
And you think you can do it with whatever is in the container?
Tony has one of the greatest scientific minds that I've ever seen. I, of course, have an unparalleled understanding of the mystic arts. I have no doubt that we can find a way to research whatever we find in there and have it work in our favor. I just wonder what it could be.
Do you think this will be enough to give us an edge?
I hope so. Whatever it is, it's quite powerful. I'm relying on my instincts here, but truly that's all I have to rely on until I can find a way to access the Sanctum's archives again.
That seems a bit risky.
Right now, with the Sanctum out of my reach, I'm fighting with one hand tied behind my back. Metaphorically, that is. If I can find items to research, I can give the Midnight Suns every possible advantage over Lilith and her disciples.
I look forward to seeing what you come up with.
Me too, Hunter. Now, all this talk is going nowhere unless we can get this container open and study what's inside. Approach the anvil, Hunter. We do not have time to spare.
The anvil, okay.
Found another artifact, Hunter?
Studying artifacts unlocks more powerful research projects in the Forge and generates significant resources for use in ability upgrades and crafting.
This really isn't the ideal environment for these parchments. One misplaced ember and that'll be all she wrote.
Oh, study artifacts.
By the hoary hosts of Hoggoth, I can hardly believe it.
What? Is it worse than you expected?
No, it's totally unexpected. It's the Eternity Dagger. This was in a place of honor in my bedchamber in the Sanctum for years. The Sanctum Sanctorum is no common domicile to be burglared. These barbarians have no idea what they possessed.
Or perhaps they did. Maybe these artifacts are exactly what Faustus and my mother were after to begin with.
A distressing thought. If they had my dagger, then who knows what others of my priceless possessions have passed through their greedy fingers. The cube of nothingness. The tear of Profia, and most worrisome of all.
Your toothbrush? You, had a little coffee thing going on this morning with your breath?
Oh, Tony.
Sorry. Doc's right, Hunter. I drank 3 glasses of holy water just to walk through the Sanctum's front door. Place is like a doomsday vault for all sorts of supernatural nastiness. We need to put a lid on this mess. Pronto.
I believe Carol is already working on it.
At last. Now that this artifact has been returned to its proper owner, we shall see if we can make use of the mystic forces contained within. To be fair, it does look interesting, at least.
Okay. So you get a knife and some essences. Continue. Research level 1. Research projects take 1 day to complete, but grant powerful rewards like room upgrades, combat items, and hero outfits.
How else am I going to steal your secrets if I can't see what you're up to?
I doubt you'll find
Forge
anything
schematic.
suitable among my secrets
bunch.
anyway.
Whoa, wait a minute, Can it be? Did you just make a suit joke?
I didn't hurt its feelings, did I?
2 in a row. This is a major breakthrough for you. I'm so proud I could be here for this moment.
I'm glad you're amused.
War games. Carol says we need to up our game to meet this new threat. As usual, she's right, but to do more damage in combat, we need to do more down here in the Forge. A self-learning AI workstation running endless combat simulations might help me make better use of this coil stuff. Sure.
Intriguing.
Research is now in progress. Return to the Forge tomorrow. Gamma coil analysis.
So, how's the whole saving the world thing going?
Analyze coil.
This should click. What do you think?
Restore an ally to full health. Cure. Who is that? Is that main character takes 17 damage? Dark heal. Like you give someone else your health? Quick jab. Huh.
Another magical mystery.
I'll pick that
box.
because I don't have that card. The other 2 I have.
Farewell.
Alright, equipping abilities. You gain a new combat ability for a hero. Open their hero screen to equip the ability. Abilities can be equipped or swapped with the cards already in the hero's combat deck.